This video is one of the videos in the series about exploring and entering computing research pathways. Hi, I'm Susan Roger, and I'm going to talk to you about why do research? The slides for this video were developed by Kelly Shaw, a computer science professor at Williams College, and myself, Susan Roger, a computer science professor at Duke University. We created this video as part of the Computing Research Association's UR to PhD program. What is research? Well, research is about solving a problem that no one else has solved. You are the first person to solve the problem. That's exciting. The goal of research is to create new knowledge. That knowledge might help people in some way or help people in solving other problems. To do research, you have to think about and propose questions you want to investigate. These are questions that you don't know the answer to, but want to try to find out. Many times to answer these questions, you will design an experiment. That experiment will likely involve collecting data and then analyzing the data. When you analyze the data, you may get the result you proposed, or you may be surprised and get a result that you were not expecting. Either way, that is a result. That is, sometimes showing that you can't get a result is also a result. Sometimes your experiment will involve observing human participants. You would likely propose they would behave one way, and then your experiment would show you whether or not that was true. Again, there might be surprises. Research can sometimes involve applying knowledge in new ways. That is, why it is good to learn about what other people are doing in their research. You may be able to take a technique someone has done in a different area and apply it to your problem and get interesting results. I also want to mention that research can be frustrating. It can take a while sometimes to get a result, and sometimes you don't get the result you want. But then research can also be exhilarating when you do get that result. So exciting. So why should you do research? In doing research, you will learn and practice technical skills, software skills, and problem-solving skills. These are all skills that will give you greater confidence as you continue to work on open-ended questions, problems no one else has solved. Doing research will give you stronger preparation for industry internships and careers. You can discuss the research you did in interviews. Industry loves to hear you talk about projects you have worked on. Doing research many times, you are part of a team effort, and that will result in you having an increased sense of belonging in computing. Doing research is a trial run for you. It is a good way for you to see if you like research and if you like working on a specific computing topic. By doing research, you will also have a research advisor who knows you well and who can write recommendation or reference letters for you, for industry positions or for graduate school if you decide to pursue a PhD. Doing research gives you an idea of what graduate school may be like and prepares you for going to graduate school. You may be wondering, what is in it for you? That is, if you do research and get your PhD, how will that benefit you? With a PhD, you will get a higher salary than someone with a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. You'll also have more control over what you choose to work on. As a professor, I get to decide on what research projects I want to work on. And if you go to industry, a PhD might mean you get to decide on the direction the company will go and the problems they will work on. Also, with a PhD, you get the satisfaction that you are solving problems that no one else has solved, meaning you're contributing to scientific knowledge and you are a world expert on your research topic. For careers, a PhD opens a lot of doors. You can become a professor at a college or university and lead your own research group. Or you can go to an industry research lab or a government research position. You may also decide you want to apply knowledge you have learned and go to an industry development position where you're more involved in developing products. But there are still more opportunities. You could get involved with a startup company, maybe as it's just starting, and work with venture capitalists. They like working with people who have a PhD. Now, in addition to your career, you can be involved in professional leadership opportunities. You may organize and run a conference on your research topic, or be elected to a board for a professional organization on your research topic. You may decide to move up in administration or management and lead or help lead a company or university. And if you are an international student, getting a PhD may benefit you with potential visa or citizenship opportunities. There are so many opportunities and places you can go if you have a PhD in computing.
Okay, so you've decided you want to give research a try, but how do you do that? My name's Kelly Shaw, and I'm a professor of computer science at Williams College. And right now, we're going to talk a little bit about how you go about finding opportunities to get involved in research. Now, we are going to discuss formal programs and informal ways of finding out about research opportunities. Right now, I'm going to talk about potential programs at your university or ways to find out about opportunities at your university or college. And we will talk about national programs in a little bit. Okay, so first of all, in order to find out about research opportunities at your college or university, you want to start looking for announcements and calls for students to participate in research activities. So there could be, for example, many schools have a summer research program. And so there are announcements about research opportunities and funding for the summer. Other schools may have research opportunities during the academic year. There might be specific programs where you sign up for courses to do research. So you want to look for those sorts of opportunities, potentially even flyers in your department, as well as if there's a daily message board for your college or university geared towards students, look there. Another place to look is to go to departmental talks about research opportunities. Often departments will run one of these sessions either at the beginning of a term, so for example, at the beginning of the fall semester or at the beginning of the spring semester, where they talk about the different ways you can get involved in research and potentially have faculty members very quickly present what they're looking for students to help them with on research, what topics they're looking to have students investigate. Another great way to find out about research is to attend your department's research poster event, which often happens at the end of the year. There may also be student research presentations that go along with that at the end of the year. And that gives you an opportunity to talk to those students about research, as well as the faculty members who are at those events. And typically those programs may also provide information about ways to get involved in research. Another resource on your campus would be the Undergraduate Research Center or Career Center. So this type of department on campus can help you in multiple ways. So they might have listings of research opportunities on campus or research opportunities off campus that they can help you look through. Additionally, they can help you with giving you advice on preparing your application materials. So oftentimes, formal programs will have you write an essay about why you're interested in research and what specific areas of research you're interested in, as well as, looking at your resume or providing a resume for an opportunity. So the Career Center or Undergraduate Research Center should be able to help you prepare those materials. Another thing you should look for and ask about in your department and also at the Career Center and elsewhere is whether or not there are funding opportunities from the university or college that potentially could fund an opportunity that you find on campus, or that might fund an external research internship that you find. So some colleges and universities have funding that you apply for that will actually pay you a stipend for you to participate in a research opportunity at another institution. So maybe at a company, maybe at a nonprofit, maybe at another academic institution. So you should look into whether or not those opportunities exist as well. Now, there are also informal ways to find out about research. And so I want to encourage you to try all of these different routes. So one way to find out about research at your institution is to talk to the faculty members you've taken a class with and ask them about how a student gets involved in undergraduate research. They might be able to suggest specific faculty members who have research programs that they're looking for undergraduate students to work with. They might also be able to tell you about programs that are run in the department or college-wide, or they might be able to tell you about an opportunity in their lab, for example. If you've taken a class from a faculty member where you worked on a final project that was a research project, you should talk to that faculty member about potentially continuing that work as an independent study. After the course, if you're still interested in that project and you see that there are opportunities for it to continue to evolve and produce results. Another thing you can do is to look at faculty web pages for their research interests. And if you find a faculty member whose research interests align with yours, maybe skim one of their papers and then email that faculty member for a meeting to discuss whether or not there are any research opportunities in their lab. You can also attend talks given by either faculty members or students about research to learn about the research that is being done by faculty members and their groups. And then if that sounds interesting to you, then you can go ahead and email the faculty member to see if there are any opportunities in their group. And then you should always use your peers as a resource. So you can and should ask your fellow students for advice who have, if they've already done research on campus. They can tell you how they got started, whether or not they know of any opportunities that exist, and just give you general advice on how to get started. Now, if you are not currently a student enrolled at a university or college, that doesn't mean you can't look into opportunities at universities. So one approach you can take is if you have a university or college that's relatively close to you geographically, you could look through the web pages for faculty members at that institution and see if anyone's research aligns with your interests, and then reach out to that faculty member to see if they have any research opportunities available in their lab. They might be willing to have you work on a project with them. Now, it might be that you're doing this volunteer, so you're not getting paid or any course credit, but if you want to try out undergraduate research and you're really excited about this, this is a way to go ahead and find an opportunity and maybe make an opportunity where one didn't necessarily exist before. Another thing you can do is you could contact faculty members at whatever undergraduate institution you went to. So those faculty members might be able to suggest individuals to reach out to who might be willing to offer a virtual research experience, or they themselves might be willing to offer you a virtual research experience. Again, this may be volunteer on your part, but they may also have funds. It just depends. And it also depends on what you're able to accept and what you're able to participate in. But those are ways that you can still participate in research opportunities even when you're not in school right now. And we've seen this for example, students who have worked in industry and decided to go back to get their PhD. We've seen them do this, engage in research at a local institution. So it's definitely a path to consider. Now, when you reach out to faculty members, there are a couple things you want to keep in mind. So before you contact a faculty member about research opportunities that they might have in their group, you want to be informed about what their research is. So you want to read their webpage and perhaps skim one of their papers that most interests you. And you want to look to see if they have any instructions on their webpage about contacting them for research opportunities. So some faculty members will indicate that you should read a paper and send them a question related to the paper. Others may have a problem they want you to solve before you reach out to them. So really read their webpage, scour it to see what their directions are, and make sure to follow those directions. When you reach out to the faculty member in an email, you really want to convey your interest in their work and your knowledge about their work. Say you've read, which paper, right? And then you also want to convey your experience or skills that you think might be valuable in their research, right? So if you have taken an advanced course in the topic that they're doing their research in, then you want to mention that. If you have specific, for example, software development skills that you think would be helpful in their research, mention that in your email. But make sure to keep your email short and to the point. Faculty members are busy, they get a lot of emails, and they want to be able to quickly skim an email, perhaps on their phone, and know whether or not they want to answer it, okay? And this is key. Don't get discouraged if some faculty members don't respond to your emails. Like I said, faculty members are busy. We don't all, even as students, we don't respond to all of our emails. So it happens, and try and reach out to folks. And if they don't respond, then try and find another path forward.
Hi, I'm going to talk to you about how to get into research if you're just finishing your undergraduate computer science major and you've not done any research yet. You are about to finish your computing degree as an undergraduate and you haven't yet tried research. How can you get into research now? Well, you should look at either your current university or a local university and see what courses they offer. You could take a course that teaches you about research. It might be called a research methods course. Or you could look for a course that includes a research project as part of the course. You might be able to continue working on the research project with that faculty member after the course is over. You could take an independent study and do a research project. Usually, to do an independent study, you need to go talk to faculty and find a faculty member who's willing to meet with you once a week to discuss your progress. Sometimes the faculty have projects you can work on, and sometimes you decide what the project could be. What else could you do? You could go talk to faculty at your institution or even PhD students to see what research opportunities they have. If they agree to supervise you in research, then you might get paid or get course credit for this work. Or sometimes you just volunteer at the start and later move to pay or course credit if it seems to be generating results. You could also look for research programs in your department or at the university that you could apply for. Some universities may have summer research programs, and some may have programs for the academic year. Most computing departments have talks where people talk about their research. You should be able to find information about such talks on your department webpage. Consider attending some of these talks and talk to other people who are attending. If you start research and you like it, you could consider doing an undergraduate research thesis. For that, you typically want to work on a research project for about a year. Write a paper about the process and the results you got, and give a presentation about your work. What else could you do beyond your institution? You could consider applying for an MS program in computing that has a research component, for which you may count the research as part of the requirements for the MS. There may be other post-baccalaureate research opportunities locally and or nationally. Check them out. Suppose you are graduating soon and you don't have time to do research now at your undergraduate institution. What research opportunities can you look at? One opportunity is the National Institutes of Health, NIH, has post-baccalaureate research opportunities for full-time research. You have to be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, and it must be within 3 years of your college graduation. Another opportunity is one from the Computing Research Association's Committee on Widening Participation in Computing. They have a summer research program called the Distributed Research Experiences for Undergraduates, also known as DREW. Both students and faculty apply, and the program pairs students with faculty to do paid research for 10 weeks in the summer. The faculty member may be at the same institution, or it's a chance to go to another university in the summer to do research. Students who identify as an underrepresented group in computing are especially encouraged to apply. Another opportunity is the Computing Research Association's UR to PhD program. They have an online research methods course for those who are just starting research. Another possibility is to apply for one of the National Science Foundation research experiences for undergraduates. There are REU sites all over the United States. Each program is 10 weeks in the summer and usually involves 6 or more undergraduates. You are paid to do research, and you do have to be a U.S. citizen for this program. Here are a few more summer research internship opportunities. First, the Department of Energy has the SULI program. SULI stands for Science Undergraduate Laboratory Internships. These are full-time paid 10-week summer internships or 16-week semester experiences. You do have to be a U.S. citizen. Another is from the National Security Agency. There is an NSA Research Experience student program called RESP. This is a 12-week summer program, and you do have to be a U.S. citizen. Another one is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, known as NIST. There is the NIST Summer Undergraduate Research Fellowship Program called SURF. That is a 9-week or 11-week research experience. You do have to be a U.S. citizen. Another one is the NASA Office of STEM Engagement Internship Program. They have both full-time summer and semester experiences, and you do have to be a U.S. citizen for this program. You can also find some university-based research internships. Here we've listed 2. One is the Yale University CS Research Internship Program that is open to all students in CS and related fields for summer research. The other one is the Harvard Summer Program in Biostatistics and Computational Biology. This is a 6-week summer program. You do have to be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident who identifies with an underrepresented group in computing for this program. Finally, we have a few more internship opportunities. First, the Naval Air Systems Command, or NAVAIR, has an HBCU MI internship program for students enrolled at minority-serving institutions. This program is 6 to 8 weeks in the summer and is for only U.S. citizens. Second, there's the Mickey Leland Energy Fellowship Program for U.S. citizens. This is a 10-week summer research internship at a Department of Energy national lab. And third, there are internships at the Max Planck Institutes in Computer Science in Germany. These are 12 to 14-week research internships in computer science, typically in the summer. And this internship is for all students. We have presented a lot of research opportunities for you. Good luck on your search.